Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. We're about to experience the kind of luck in our sky this August, the luckiest month of 2025 that we have not seen since 12 years ago, 2013. And it's going to happen in a lucky part of your sky to double your luck. So, we're going to talk about this luck that comes for you this month ahead. But also, I want to bring your attention to a difficult first 10 days of August so that you can navigate a sky that's really challenging. The luck is going to bring you opportunities for foreign land travel, foreign shores, distant lands, lucky legal and court matters that work in your favor, maybe even court settlements that surprise you. Good things happening with academics, but the difficult sky where things get really gnarly connects to your work environment. And it may feel like work-related things can be really hard the first 10 days of August. I'll break it down in detail. Let's get started. Before I talk about our sky for the 25 to 30 minutes ahead, I want you to know a bit about me. Hi, welcome if you're new. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac. Whole sign houses, fixed stars, and minor asteroids are my specialty. I love putting out this content for you guys. I give you all signs videos up to 30 a month, different topics, different things. Come join me by subscribing, liking, and hitting the notification bell if you like this content. Finally, I'm teaching my Sky Reader course. Come join me there. It's coming up mid-September through to 6 weeks through to October, third week of October. If you're into learning to be your own astrologer and timing your best life by understanding how to move with the flow of the sky, come join me. We have weekly Q&As. We have a Discord and a Facebook group for community with your fellow students. We only teach it once a year live. If you miss it, you miss it. It's not for resale. Sorry. I'm hoping that doesn't knock my mic down by volume when that happens. But that is unfortunately the fire station near me. And I would like you to consider also that you could, in this Sky Reader course, understand how to read your natal chart. I teach you that too. And then I give you very simple timing tools that are very accurate. Look below in my description box for the early bird discount waitlist, the course description. Enrollment cart opens, I think, on July 31st. All right. So let me show you your sky, and we're going to go through it in a chronological order, bit by bit, bit by bit. All right, so the first thing I want you to know is that you are going to experience Scorpio rising, sun and moon. Sun is career and purpose matters. Moon is home and safety and where you live. And Scorpio rising is everything about your character in this grand simulation. It's the avatar. The sun is the game player itself, the real you. All said and done, listen for your sun sign for career purpose matters, moon sign for things that may affect your home and home life, and rising for any area of your life that may be impacted by our sky. We're delineating today about the first house placement as a Scorpio rising, but you can listen for all three. The gnarly first week of August, the difficult first week of August is brought to you courtesy of, at the beginning, August 1st and 2nd, Venus in a square to Saturn. This is going to be right there in your face. Oops. For the first 2 days of August, last day of July even. So this can feel like there's something going on here where Saturn wants to go slow, revise, rethink, ponder, and he's kind of retrograding in the house of work and colleagues and coworkers, employees, and office space. Could be about pets, could be about debts, but whatever is going on here could be about a rental property. Venus is in a uncomfortable position regarding what Saturn is trying to accomplish. She doesn't quite get it. So you might find you're at odds with a guide, advisor, a mentor, a human resources department person. There's something that's just not quite gelling. Saturn wants to go slow. Venus is quite full of fun and play. It could also be problems with travel opportunities abroad. You want to take a trip and you want to get on the road, or you want to get that flight booked, but you've got obligations at work that you must go back and finish or attend to. And you're not liking the vibe of August 1st and 2nd because of it. It's short-lived, but also it's about endurance with Saturn. And you're feeling this is really hard. I'm not enjoying this, whatever this is. Work, pet, rental situations involved. And then we have on August 8th to the 10th, Mars is in some really intense energy starting around the 7th. where he's going to cross the sign boundary into Virgo, out of Virgo into Libra. Now, let me just talk about that, because on the 6th, 7th time zone dependent, when he crosses into Libra, you begin a journey with him in your house of addictions and self-undoing. This is usually where people begin to cut out those things that are bad for them, or the ways they are their own worst enemy, by ending those patterns. And so you're going to have that kind of opportunity. Great for rehab, great for, dry July, dry August, whatever. And you have that energy for you August 6th to September 22nd. So yay, it's not a bad place, right? And also August 6th to September 22nd, trips to far off distant shores, far off lands, can be foreign places or just far from where you live, are possible as well. So that's another meaning. But as he first crosses into this part of your sky, he opposes Saturn. Now, Mars-Saturn oppositions are frustrating, feelings of frustration. Something wants to happen in the work house, in the health house with Neptune, proving your health. You're trying to get a handle on a health issue, chironic wound there since 2019. Maybe you don't like the work you do. The work feels off purpose. You might find yourself wounded regarding your pet situation, your financial debts, or your health. All of that's Chiron, Saturn, Neptune. It's the work too. And there's frustration. You want to travel abroad, you got work obligations. You want to quit the bad habits, but you're working so hard, you need to downwind with your wine, So you're having a crisis moment of trying to figure out how to balance something out. And the kite indicates success, but under the pressure of an opposition on the backbone. Well, you've got some breakthrough energy. 8th house breakthroughs can be financial breakthroughs. Maybe you're going to get a chunk of money that allows you to work less hard. Where the chunky money comes from, father figures, maybe anywhere though, boom. And that's not a bad feeling, to come into some chunky money that lets you lighten up a bit and work less hard. But if you don't have that kind of lucky windfall, and not everybody will, if anybody, then Uranus is giving you a spiritual breakthrough. And you can see, I'm going to close the window. I'll be right back. I can't stand the siren. Holy man. All right. Didn't know when I rented the place how close the fire station was. Okay. This is an interesting journey, Lori. All right, guys. Breakthroughs spiritually, breakthroughs from childhood patterns that don't serve you. Pluto in the 4th house, Uranus in the 8th. It's just going to shift something. You're not going to see your childhood, your psychology, your psyche the same way. A great air trine is facilitating breakthroughs spiritually, breakthroughs around family patterns, addictions, karma, bad habits, the whole thing. Break free, breakthrough, on you go. And then you get the success of Saturn, because over the next 3 years, Saturn says, work hard with mastery and authority. It's something that matters and is meaningful to you. Neptune rules film, video, storytelling, fictions, fantasies, music, glamour, modeling, Hollywood. So maybe some of your career path wants to take a turn here into more of that energy. So the kite brings tension that brings breakthrough. August the 7th until about the 10th. On August 10th and 11th, after all the tension, there's a perfected Saturn-Uranus sextile. This is now moving into our second week. Well, Saturn and Uranus are a part of that kite. And now they've got, after the heat, after the intensity, there is this nice final energy of breaking free and breaking through. Now, there is a bit of a possibility of inheritance money here based on where everybody is in the sky. And so there's just that as well. They could allow you to eliminate a major debt. Oh my God. I'm just going to say, let me just wait until that siren is gone. Okay, give me 5 seconds so that I guess there's a 5-alarm blaze in my house, Holy man. Near my house. Oh gosh. All right, let's keep going. Sigh. Continuing our story, shall we? On August 10th to the 12th, Venus will conjunct Jupiter. That's the big luck story that I brought to your awareness. And we also, I forgot to mention, on the 9th, have a full moon, 9th, 10th, have a full moon at 16 Aquarius. So let's just tackle the moon and then the lucky Venus conjunction story. The full moon at 16 degrees of Aquarius, right on my ascendant, is going to light up something, complete, fulfill, illuminate, ripen and harvest something for you to do with your home life, to do with where you live, to do with the family of origin, mom, dad, to do with your childhood stories. This can be very psychological because of Mercury, because of Uranus in the 8th house and Mars in the 12th, psychological breakthroughs and illumination. But a full moon can mean a completion or an ending in terms of where you currently live. And with the sextile to Saturn, there may be a new rental opportunity emerging in the 6 months that follows this moon, or a change of home in a surprising way when unexpected circumstances arising that jolt you to a new residence or domicile. Now, this is going to be something that you may see evidence for in the 2 or 3 weeks after the moon of August the 9th, but it may also unfold in a longer time frame over the 6 months that follows this lunation as well. Now, you planted 6 months earlier a new moon for new beginnings. And maybe 6 months ago, you thought, I want to change my home, or I want to illuminate my childhood mess, or I want to fulfill some childhood psychological, spiritual baggage clearing, but now you're able to do it. Now there's real shift, but there's definitely a completion a lot of the times, and you may complete your home. Mercury is opposite Pluto, information, news, transactions in your career and reputation that propel you even to change your home. With the sun up there in Leo, your career is your spotlight focus. You often do very well this time of year. So the third week of July to August, the sun lights up your 10th house of career. With Mercury here retrograde, career opportunities from your past are lighting up the sky on the full moon and suggesting a possible career shift. That means because you're changing career focus, you're changing home, or because you're going to change your home, you're changing your career focus up to 2-3 weeks after the moon and up to 6 months later as well. Venus co-joins Jupiter, and it's exciting. You haven't seen it since 2013. This is a new beginning, a synodic cycle that lasts about 10 months. It looks like you're going to be opening up doors here of luck and opportunity to do with foreign people, foreign shores, the word international, book publishing, pilgrimages, spiritual truth and wisdom, finding a guru, finding a teacher, moving into alignment with your purpose and your dharma. What were you doing back in 2013 around this time of year? And then in the 10 months that followed, there's a lot of luck up here. This is a luck house as well, the 9th house. It's a dharma house to move into alignment with purpose, but you could meet a teacher or go back to college or university, or go to college or university and experience your ideal path and acceptance, etc., to your favorite school. You might even find yourself here beginning a new spiritual path, a meditation path, a spiritual, what do you call it, like a tradition of some sort, or getting a teacher or a guru or a guide or a brand new therapist or business coach or mentor off of this. So this is very fortunate energy. Again, it's in a tight little window of time. You're starting to feel it building up here as early as the 9th of the month. It becomes exact on the 11th and the 12th of August. What an exciting sky that we have. I love this energy for everybody. And of course, Jupiter and Venus are trining the North Node in your 5th house of good fortune. And they're going to make exact trines, Jupiter in September and Venus later this month. Stay tuned. This brings worldly success in art, entrepreneurship, creativity, pregnancy, fertility, children, grandchildren. Good stuff is happening here for you. If you want to make a baby, you're probably going to be lucky enough to make one under this sky. Man or woman, it takes two to make those babies. What about the idea of courts and legal things going your way? That's going to be very successful as well. And prosperity and luck and bounty and money from father figures as well. When these two come together, the moon is going to be exalting when they're perfectly together back here a day before. The moon is exalting your house of pregnancy, fertility, children. This is a real big setup for getting pregnant kind of vibe around August the 11th. Okay. So that's what I got for you. Okay. Or having a luscious breakthrough and excitement regarding a creative project, an artistic project, an entrepreneurial project, romantic, leisure, travel abroad, breakthrough, excitement, fun, luck, goodness, all of that. finally, it does flow to you. You are going to feel the goodness coming at you. You are going to feel the Lakshmi, lucky, prosperity, and wealth house flowing at you. Jupiter has gone through the house of inheritance, and now he can deliver the results. Some of you may receive financial gain from the loss of a family member up your line, likely in this chart, an elder, like not a young, an elder person. Okay. On the third week of the month. In the third week of the month, Mercury will sextile Mars. Mercury and Mars together, tag teaming from about the 13th to the 19th or the 14th to the 19th. Look at what Mercury at 4 degrees and Mars is at 2. And let's move us forward. And when we get here, now they're both at 4 degrees. This is because Mercury's stationary almost. He's coming off of retrogradation. He's moving slow, but look how these two are. August 13th is lovely energy, and it continues on to the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and then it breaks on the 19th. So those are really powerful, positive energies for career success through negotiations, communication, ideas, marketing and selling, speaking, deal making in your career space with the sun supporting success and light up there, and backroom deals and negotiations, things behind the scenes that favor you. Mars is in the backroom deal spot of the sky. Things are going on behind the scenes that favor commercial success in your career, financial success in your career. And you might be working hard behind the scenes on a career project that's going to succeed, and your hard work can pay off. However, Mars is in detriment, so be careful you don't overdo it and become like obsessed with getting something done in the work environment at the expense of everything else, especially in the sign of Libra, where he doesn't always keep the best balance, to say the very least. Okay. So be watchful on that. Venus trining the North Node is happening here as well. And this is really a beautiful once every 18-year vibe of luck, as Venus moving through your ninth house will be around here August 14th, 15th, 16th. You could even go back a bit. So August 14th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Lucky breaks, fertility, creativity, winning money. You could win money off of this. You could win a lottery ticket. There's that too. So there's this, oh my God, what is this burst of luck that's destined and fated in the house of good fortune, North Node? Oh my gosh. New romance, single Scorpios looking for love. Wow. Yeah. Destined, fated, new romance. You can meet the person in an educational setting, in a foreign trip setting, in a spiritual community setting. And you're all of a sudden like realizing this is my person. This is destined. This is fated. The other thing you want to watch for in the third week of August is the chironic wound that's trying to heal in your work and health and pets and rentals house. With Chiron here since 2019, the first thing you want to notice is on August the 19th, the sun will trine this wound and maybe offer up a bit of a sweet spot, rip the Band-Aid off, put on some poultice, and suddenly you feel better about your wound around work and career, or debt and reputation, or connection to father figures and karma, and a healing of a father wound as well, because the 10th house is a father house and the sun is up there, and Chiron says karmic debts and healing and wound release. Can also be an authority figure that's favoring you in the work environment, getting a promotion or a raise or some more success or positive feedback, but you're healing this wound here, and it's been with you since 2019. So it is a lot of different angles on that. As we move forward past this little healing, Venus wants to work on it too. On the 21st and 22nd, Venus now tries to do a chironic healing. And that's as she will here in your lucky Lakshmi ninth house energy, wealth, prosperity, goodness, dharma, alignment, flow, well, not flow, square Chiron. There could be a legal outcome that favors you in a situation of debt. There could be a father story that comes to a conclusion that you feel satisfied by. There could be a bit of luck regarding a trip, a travel opportunity that is going to be prioritized over work and subpar opportunities like work obligations, work duties, work servitude. And Chiron is like, well, Venus is saying, like, let's move beyond that. Let's move into a place of more expansive thought about what we're capable of. And let's get more dharmic. So maybe a golden opportunity for a new career story, especially with the new moon forming in Leo, that allows for you to come into success in your career in a way that feels like you finally hit the mark, like you've been working on it. Sorry, the new moon's in Virgo, but it's almost new as a balsamic. You're closing out something in your career. You're letting something go so that you can feel healed about the wound. And Venus is giving you lucky breaks to support your ability to let it go. So you could quit your job, for example, because you've got some better options finally at last in front of you. Just an example. Okay, keeping on then. The Virgo lunation is happening too around the very same time, about August 22nd. Both Sun and Moon cross into Virgo. Virgo is your 11th house of career gains and long range goals and dreams, and maybe matters to do with social groups and friendship circles as well. And therefore, if you have any kind of desire to start fresh anew, in what you want for your long range dreams, what you desire in your long range goals, what you visualize your life to be about. South Node is allowing you to surrender and release those goals and visions and dreams that really aren't active for you anymore. They don't fit you. They don't suit you. You know, they're no longer what you want. Now, South Node, new moon, new beginnings in relationship to a sibling, one older. Okay, there's that, or friends and groups of belonging and new beginnings as you let go of some groups of belonging and open up to new ones, or start to meet new fated, destined kind of past life social networks and friends that feel like a whole different crew. You only have a new moon here once every 18 to 19 years, 20 years, right? Eclipse cycle wise. So you might have to go back to 2006-07 to have a similar new beginning in friendship circles, long range goals and dreams, the way you create gains in your career. This could indicate a new way of making money, a new livelihood. And with Venus, Jupiter, I wonder if some of you are going to want to go back to school in order to find new ways to make money. And you may do that in the 6 months that follows this moon, not just the day of the moon, but in the 6 months later. Maybe some of you will want to go and re-educate yourself and take some skills-based learning or regular learning, university and colleges and stuff like that. The moon rules your academic colleges, campuses, and universities. The moon is new in the house of friends and allies and rules the 9th house. Some of you could find a new home in a distant land or foreign shore, but you're moving to be closer to people you enjoy, friends, social groups, elder sibling, that kind of thing. The Sun and Uranus square on August 24th. It's but today, no big deal, right? But there we have it. And so on August the 24th, there is this shocking jolt of sudden unexpected financial stories or secrets being revealed. It may come through the mouth of a sibling older than you, a friend, a benefactor. There almost may be also a nice little boost, success financially with a chunk of money. I don't know what it is. What chunk are you getting? But it could be money from an investment, a stock investment, a severance package, sign-on bonuses in careers, royalty income checks, some kind of insurance payout, tax rebate, who knows, but chunky, exciting financial gain. It's really more connected to career activities from the 11th house. So, a nice little pocketbook expansion maybe of a chunk of money connected to your career on that one day. Otherwise, again, illumination of some unexpected information or secrets, maybe connections to siblings, one older, one friends and social groups, and a shocking surprise about one of your friends, nothing to do with you. August the 25th to the 26th, Venus and Saturn are going for the long game. Venus wants to talk with Saturn as she moves into Leo. She'll be there, by the way, from about August the 25th until September 19th. So that's going to be a lovely success in your career and reputation. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. You're going to love it. It's going to be wonderful. Mercury's tracking with her as well until September 18th. Negotiating a new deal in your work, getting a new job, taking the interviews and getting the yes, getting the win, getting the success, especially if your career involves speaking, marketing, idea making, marketing and selling, of commercial success, popularity, and appeal. You're going up. This is a good story. Mercury will be attending with Venus all the way through to her leave taking. So we get a lot of good stuff happening in the career space, August 25th to September 18th, 19th. And she steps into this part of the sky opposite Pluto. She's going to want on the August 25th, 26th, 27th timeframe to come to terms with what you want to achieve in your career and reputation versus some intense power struggle in the home base with someone you live with, or situations regarding real estate and property and money and intensity. There's just a bit of tension there. However, in her trine to Saturn and sextile to Uranus, she creates that beautiful mini grand trine, and you're going to find positive developments in the work, career space, the money space, and the reputation space. This is great for opportunities, golden opportunities in your career that have a lot of financial surprises that are positive. Like, again, it could just be a sign-on bonus, severance packages too. You might find yourself with this kind of thing, also being able to pay off a debt, a credit card debt, a mortgage in surprising ways, just luck coming from the cardinal 10th house towards the debts and towards the chunky money. Kaboom, pay it down, pay it off. And Pluto may be literally some wealthy person in your family line and the transmission of wealth towards you. Again, August 25th, 26th. I like this a lot for getting a job connected to the past, and use her or lose her all the way through to September the 18th, because this is where, old jobs from the past may be re-offered to you, or colleagues, coworkers, and bosses from the past, Saturn's retrograde, offer you opportunities now or in the month of August into September, end of August into mid-September. Mercury. Oh, and one more thing. Venus, when she moves into Leo, right? Venus is the ruler of your marriage house. And so there's just something to say about how there may be some stories going on here with how you want to prevail or endure in your marriage. And for some of you, you might sign legal contracts regarding rental properties, and maybe lease a home out, or get a lease and move into a new home this end of August into September, so that by October, some of you may have moved. That's a possibility, especially with the Virgo new moon and the South Node, means new beginnings, letting go of one home, maybe finding a new one. And it's a lucky break as well. At the end of the month, on August 31st, we have Mercury trining the chironic wound. Mercury is going to be some information or news. Likely it's going to be a phone call, email, conversation, text messages, knock on your door by the boss. This is career stuff. And Chiron is work stuff. So it's a third pass of healing a wound around not belonging to the work, not getting down with your coworkers and colleagues, not feeling good about your job, work stories, feeling wounded about debts and financial debts, feeling wounded about your health and body, especially your head and headaches and things with your head, having wounds around your inability to, say, secure a rental property that you really want. These are possibilities, and get the pet you really want. Now, Mercury says information, news, and Chiron says heal, heal, heal. And it's just like things that were happening already. They may be interconnected. Look to August 19th, Sun Chiron. Look to August 21, 22, Venus square Chiron. And your grand finale, August 30th, 31st, Mercury trines Chiron, and may very well bring you some very interesting news around job and work and career that's very healing. You'll notice as we end the month, the moon is in the house of earnings. So it could be getting that phone call that you got the job, or getting the terms you really wanted in new work, or getting the raise or promotion you really asked for. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit my notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Come join me in Sky Reader. I'd love to see you there this fall. Information on my 6-week live course taught once a year is in the description box below. I never know if I'm going to teach it the next year or the next year. So if you want to learn from me in a real-time setting on Zoom, etc., in real classes, come join me. See you guys. Bye, Scorpios. Have a wonderful month of August.